Hey everyone, it's BJ with Reef Therapy. It's been a while since we had an update, but we're back again. There's been a lot of things I've been doing with the tank. As I've said in the past, I update my Instagram almost every single day. So if you really want to keep up with everything, that's really the best place to go. But here's a quick look around at everything that's been going on. I can't wait to show you. Alright, so first and foremost, I added a 50-gallon lowboy frag tank to the system. I think I mentioned it in the past that I had this lowboy frag tank sitting in the box over on the side over there, and I was just waiting for a time to set it up. I wasn't sure if I was going to set up a shallow reef tank or if I was going to go with a frag tank, but ultimately I decided to go with a frag tank because I was loading up the 40 breeder with a whole bunch of frags and I didn't really have any room anymore, so I decided that I was going to take this route and actually grow corals out. And you know, coral is really the main part of the hobby that I enjoy the most. I like fish and all that, but coral is really my thing, so it just seemed like the logical step. I'll give you a quick look at that real quick. I do have a 6-bulb T5 fixture. Right now I pretty much just run 4 bulbs. The tank is still relatively new, so I'm not trying to blast it with too much light in the beginning. Right now I got two one Blue Plus, 2 Blue Plus, a Purple Plus, and a True Actinic, and then the 2 bulbs that are off are Coral Plus bulbs. Honestly, I might switch that up a little bit because I think I want it to look a little bit more blue. Right now it looks pretty white, I guess, or daylight color. I don't have any real special flow on this tank. I do have this old CJ power head that I've used in the past on my 125-gallon tank, just as some extra flow. Right now, I didn't really have a good solution, so I decided to add that to this tank just to get some flow on this far end. It's really not cutting it. I don't like it. Plus, if the power goes out and then comes back on, sometimes this pump doesn't want to kick back on, so I have to actually like get in there and mess with the impaler. I have to mess with it in order for it to kick back on, and you know, with something that's so important like that, having good flow in the tank, that's not really something that you want to have to do if the power goes out or if there's some kind of interruption. So I actually just ordered a gyre and it's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. I've never had a gyre before, but I think it's going to be a good fit for this tank. You know, it's gonna provide a ton of flow, but it's also going to be able to just flow underneath and over the top of the corals, and you know, I think it's going to provide everything that the corals really need. Right now everything's just laid in there. Some of the corals that I had before that were not doing so well, like the scully that I bought from the local fish store, it really wasn't doing good in the 40 breeder, so I moved it over here. And it seems to like being over here a lot better. The flow is a lot calmer and the lighting is better, or at least the lighting is more diffused, not as intense, so I think it likes that. This acacia colony unfortunately has mostly died. It's the red one that I had in my display tank for quite a while. It was being eaten by Asterina starfish, and when that happened it pretty much killed half of it. So I moved it over here. There's no Asterina starfish here right now. So I think it's doing okay. I dipped it a few times in Revive, and it seemed to really like that. And it's starting to bounce back, thankfully. I've noticed some new growth on it, which is really nice. I have a couple of my bounce mushrooms here. My Reef Koi bounce mushroom is not doing great, or actually it's a sun-kissed bounce. It's not doing great because I moved it. I had to actually peel it off the bottom of the tank, so I'm just waiting for that to recover and start to look good like the other ones. I got a bunch of random frags in here, stuff that's really overgrowing. I fragged out some Zoas, some Montes, and things like that. My Duncans, which I didn't really have a great spot for because they can definitely spread out. A few Acros that were not looking good in the tank because they weren't really in a spot that could get some good light. So I decided to move them over here and hopefully they'll color back up for me. Some frog spawns that, actually it was one frog spawn. It was 2 heads, but they were connected. I've had them forever, but I never really have any luck with frog spawn, torches, or hammer corals or anything like that. So I'm hoping that this lighting in this tank will help it out. and you know, just a few other things that I like. I fragged up my candy cane corals earlier because I have a couple people that are interested in some of those, and that grows fast. So I'm gonna, you know, share the love a little bit there. But things are going pretty well with this tank. I'm really excited to get that gyre on there. So when that comes in tomorrow, hopefully I'll be able to get an update a lot quicker than my last update has been. Alright, so next on the list is I redid all the wiring for the tank again. I was not satisfied with the way it was the last time, so I decided to make this mounting board and get rid of the wire racks, or mostly get rid of the wire racks. I'm not really like 100% liking this either, but it is 100 times better than it was before. It does a really good job of hiding the wires. That one random wire that you see kind of going this way is from that CJ pump that is going to get replaced. And then once I put the gyre up, I'm going to put the controller, you know, down probably on the lower left side, so it lines up with the apex modules there, just so it kind of looks nice and I can hide the wire a little bit better. But all in all, this mounting system is much cleaner and much more aesthetically pleasing. I mean, I could see the cords down here, but still, I bought some nice Velcro straps and tied them all together. It's 100 times better. I built this stand, which is really cool. I got a lot of shelving now where I can keep things. I'm actually going to build a fragging table here on the left side, get rid of that old nasty couch and build a fragging table right here with a waterproof top and kind of like a indentation so that the water will sit in there and not get everywhere if I need to get some water up on the table. That'll be really nice. I don't know. The next step too, I'm considering adding another EB832. I really want to get rid of that old energy bar, but at the same time, I don't think it's really necessary at this point. I did add an Inkbird temperature controller, which you can see here. I bought it off of somebody. He said he never used it before, but I'm not really sure if that's true or not, but it seems to be doing okay for me right now. The one thing I don't like about this one is it only has a it'll only turn on like with a 1 degree difference. I wish it was like a ½ degree difference, but so far the tank hasn't seemed to be too affected by it. My temperature beforehand was really stable, and it's not too bad now. I like to try and keep it at 78, so the temperature, the heater doesn't kick on until it reaches 77. So, you know, I wish it was at ½ degree instead of a whole degree, but, you know, it's working out okay right now. Both of the tanks are plumbed together into the sump. Having my sump out there, and sorry about the stool there, that's what I like to sit on. Having the sump out in the open is amazing. I don't have to go underneath anything to access it. I can clean things real easy. I decided to leave the sump there instead of putting it underneath the stand, just because of the fact that it's super easy access and I wouldn't have to redo any plumbing. And plus, I really wanted some extra storage because I have a lot of stuff down here that I don't really have a place for. So that's really nice. The tank itself has been doing great. Acros are really happy and growing. I'm going to give you guys an update on that because a lot of people have been asking for an update with the acro power. And honestly, I'm still dosing it. I'm not quite dosing it every single day, but I've had a lot of growth. So I don't want to really give you guys too much of a video on that right now because I want to be able to do a proper update on the acro power video. So, I mean, that's really everything that I've been working on recently. So I'm glad that you guys came back. I apologize for taking so long. Life got busy again with work and my kids and everything. So we just really have been focusing on a lot of other things. I hope you're all staying happy and healthy and you're all able to find things that are keeping you occupied. And you know, I'm gonna try and make videos on a regular basis again. I will say they're probably gonna be more like this with my cell phone and kind of this style type of video, just because it's a little bit easier. I don't have a computer that's really good at editing videos and putting them together and taking all that time. Doing it on my phone, honestly, is the easiest way that I can right now. So I'm probably gonna go that route for a little while. I hope you guys can join me for the next one. And again, I'm going to try my best to get videos out on a much more regular basis again. So I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.